Sorry guys, mic was definitely muted right there. It sucks. I always forget that I mute it in the beginning. So we're gonna talk about a few things just to get the channel, get everything started. The first thing I was going over is the new logo, or the intro that, you know, someone came up with for the channel, a sub. Looks really sweet. Love it. Big thanks. XOSS SOS or something. XO Paso. Super cool dude. Appreciated it for free. Told him I'd pay him, but you know, he insisted. You know, he's one of the mob members. Great to have you guys. Some pretty big news coming out with the channel also, so that's gonna be exciting. Some exciting stuff. I'm excited to talk about. Not gonna talk about it yet though. And then one more thing is the Twitter. So I gave my Twitter away to a friend. So he's like starting something. I was like, you can have it. I don't care. Probably won't work out for him, but I mean, if it does, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. You know, I wish I had someone to help me in the beginning phase. I didn't. So I'm always trying to help my friends out. Anyway, so if you want to follow, this is the new one. It's the same. Everything's the same name. I got to delete all the names. Profile's the same. Option drops. So if you want to see like intraday stuff going on, this is where you should go. But yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So looking at the indexes going into tomorrow, pretty wild move. I wouldn't have suspected some downside. Now, I think it probably picks up going into tomorrow morning. I definitely think it picks up. I'm looking at the market pretty strong. This is the 4-hour time chart, so I mean, I think it's gonna pick up for sure. What I'd be looking for is just getting back above 12.66. Holding above that, I could see us easily pushing back to 12.9. From there, a lot of tech plays would be the play for me. I've talked about the reopening plays with oil, Cisco, and stuff like that. There's gonna be plays like that, don't get me wrong, but I think the focus for me is gonna be depending on how the market moves. You know, that's gonna be really big for me. But if tech can start to run, I'll be, or if the Nasdaq, I'm sorry, indexes start to recover, tech will be the play for me in the short term. But we'll have to see how kind of everything plays off. NBA hotshot can't even register. Oh, if you guys want to see really quick before we get too far into stocks, so I got a pack. I didn't wait. I'm sorry, everyone. I did not wait. I can't sell anything yet. The marketplace is disabled, so I'll let you guys see what I pulled. This was a $200 pack, the one we opened today. So these are my old ones, right? So I deposited $100 in the account. The last pack was $14, so I bought one pack from that, and I made 280, 290. So I was thinking like 350, 360 like total. And then I got these 7 cards here. This is the good one, the James Wiseman rare. Decent card number too, so it's okay. So I'm gonna see how much I'll get for this one. It's looking like it's gonna be quite a bit. So we'll see. And then this Dame is worth like 160. So either way, it was a decent little pool. Okay, we'll see how it works. These are all cheap. The cheap. I'll probably like just keep the rest of them. But yeah, so there's that. And if you don't know what those are, an NBA Top Shot, I might make a video going over it. I don't really know if it like follows what the channel is. But NFTs are cool. Like honestly, like you can make. I mean, like I'm kind of just seeing how far I can flip $100. I mean, really in all reality, I could have just done $14, but it is what it is. We'll see how it works. There is a lot of like speculation that NFTs, especially like with NBA Top Shots, will like decrease in value really quick, pretty soon. But overall, I think like the aspect of them is it makes sense, and I think that even the players are getting excited about it, which is always good to see. Like when you see like the player base excited about stuff. But yeah, so I do want to talk a little bit about AMC. I'm really curious to how this goes. So obviously we have the trend, we have the little handle, whatever you want to talk about there, but as we get into the OBV, I like what's going on, right? I like how it's acting. I like the the clear trend break we got, right? Broke right above the trend, holding that. I want to see how high this can run. I want to see, because the buying pressure is still there. I've been saying that, right? I'm not focusing a whole bunch of videos on it yet, just because, like, you know, I don't want to. I think I was being too aggressive with some of my statements, you know, and I may have. I don't know if I've led people. I don't think I've ever led you in the wrong direction. I'm just giving my opinion on where I see stuff going. So, one sec. I'll answer some questions here in a sec, but I just want to, like, you know, slow down a little bit because there's no reason to keep making these updates. You know, it does really help the follower count. It helps the subscriber rate, the traction to the channel. It does help 100% with that type of stuff. But ultimately, the goal is to help you guys. So I took some time off this weekend with some school and stuff. So either way, and spend time with my son. So overall, I like, you know, we're holding the trend. I want to see some upside clearly going into the week. I want to see some volume kicking in, reopening, everything like that. So things could get very, 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 very interesting. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to. NBA Hot Chat came in register. Yeah, some people have problems with that. Good evening. What's going on, Chad? Just trying to wolf pack. Nice. I had 3 people in front of me, and then they paused it. Oof. What do you think about Sundial? I made a video on Sundial. I think I broke it down really well too. Like I wasn't using my iPad because my son had my iPad. So I didn't use my iPad, so it was a little bit like it didn't look as clean, I guess, the video. But I think I broke down the video pretty well. I liked Sundial at around $1. I've been saying that in the lives. I hadn't made a video yet, but that's where I mentioned that if I was going to be a buyer, that's where I was looking at. OBV still holding up very, very strong in comparison. You know, since we have that major move up, we've been holding this, you know, this local range at the top. Still, the buyers are still there, not huge sell-offs of actual shareholders. You know, we're holding that dollar range. The Nasdaq should be perking back up pretty soon, so I could see a 140 movement happening pretty. I mean, I think this happens pretty easy. I think we get a push to this range right here fairly easy, like a 30% run. What's going on, Tony? So higher than that, I don't know. 170 is probably the local cap for me. What up? I bought Exxon on Thursday. What's your price target? Oh, nice. Exxon, I'm already out. I mean, we hit, like, I would have sold at 62 again, but I sold off like 59. I sold off at 59 just because I saw this dump coming, and I intraday. I mean, I still feel really strong about oil. Like, looking at OBV, like, look, you can see it breaking that top. You know what I mean? Like, I know tonight's video is about oil, but you can see it breaking. Like, OBV looks so strong on oil. Like, look how strong that looks. Like, another leg clearly coming. Last time I got this breakout, you know, we saw a massive leg up. So this week could be massive again for oil. I mean, we've seen really big runs already. But I think indexes start to peak up, so I don't know if oil is going to be the focus this week. I think it's safer, personally, for me. So I might look back at it. But I think Nasdaq SPY start to, you know, peak back up and do a little bit better. So I think I'm going to be focusing on tech buys just because there's so much upside. Like, I mean, tech, EV, clean energy, they are all so beat up. Like NEO, easy run back to 54 pretty quick in my opinion. I mean, we can go the semiconductor route. We can go, I mean, look at Open Door, just brutally, I can't believe it, 18 bucks. I didn't even know that. Wow. Terrible earnings. So that explains that. Palantir under 24 probably starts perking back up. Peloton, so cheap, dirt cheap. This is gonna be one of my golden plays going into the week. I'm gonna be watching pretty closely. Easy run to 110 coming quick. Maybe picks up volatility to hit 120s. I don't know. It's just gonna be like the structure of how like indexes start bouncing back so quick, and that's what I'm gonna be watching for in like a day trading aspect, you know. So that's that. WTI is up as of now. It probably looks good. Yeah. So the fact that WTI continues to do well when the markets aren't even like bouncing yet, like that should tell you the strength of what's going on there. I'm getting H&J tomorrow, but I do have calls 312 for what? You have calls for what, Wolfpack? Future red, yeah. Opinion on NBY. I don't know what NBY is. No, I hate pharmaceuticals, guys. You know these are the ones I hate. You have to do a lot of research behind these before you can really give an opinion on them. So it's not fair for me to say I like it or dislike it. But I stay away from pharmaceuticals because I know that it's very based off of FDA approval and stuff like that. Things can get crazy. Closing last week, you were bearish on the overall market. Is it just incoming? Yeah, it's a stimulus. Yes, 100%. It's a stimulus. Yep. But like that's what I'm saying though. With I didn't think the stimulus would get passed either. I really didn't think it would. But if you look at what they did, it makes sense why it got passed. So, and it was pretty, what they did was pretty good for the market. Like, so they did the 1400 stimulus, which is going to be a pretty good stimulant for the, you know, quick right now, right? That's going to be good for right now. But they also shot down the $15 minimum wage bonus. Like, that was kind of one of the things, right, that didn't get passed. So I think they're going to still try to work on that to get that happening. But we, as a market, you don't really want that to happen for businesses. It's going to hurt businesses. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm just saying, for a market standpoint, it's going to hurt the market. WTI is because a Saudi oil plant got attacked by missiles. Yeah, Mr. Wiggles, yeah, it's going to continue to do bad. Yeah, everything going on in Syria and all that, it's going to continue to do bad. And then Texas reopening, WTI is going to do well. MVIS, I know a lot of people are talking about it. Y'all been asking about SINs, MVIS. And I haven't made a video on SINs because I don't even want to do the research on the company because I don't like them. But now I'm seeing other, like, you know, like the influencers and stuff coming out saying, oh, we don't like SINs, yada, yada. But, like, you know, I've been saying I didn't like SINs since they were pretty peaked. So, like, looking at SINs, I've been saying I didn't like them since they were up here. I was like, dude, I just don't see, like, I don't see the value. You know, I don't see the value buy here. And now it's funny, like, yeah, like all these other guys, like, oh, yeah, it's a bad buy. And it's like $2.50. I mean, like, if you're looking at it, theoretically, like, this is where I would want to buy it instead of buying it up here. You know what I mean? So, like, this is where, like, everyone was like, hey, Tyler, do we get it? Yada, yada, yada. It's, gonna get FDA approval. It's groundbreaking tech. Dexcom is huge. Yada, yada, yada. I was like, dude, it's not as good as Dexcom. Like, if it's better, it's like marginally better, right? But I mean, now, like, it's beat up. You know what I mean? So this is where it gets interesting, and it had bad earnings. So this is where you take the risk on these penny stocks because they're getting beat up. So just food for thought when you're looking at it. If I'm buying pennies, I never want to buy tops unless they have really good news and, like, I really fundamentally love the company. But very rarely on a penny do I love the company, unless, like, NMGRF and High Tide are, like, exceptions. So yeah, how long do you think the stimulus pumped the market? I have 2 catalysts in the end of the month, and I'm wondering if it will last till then. It's a good question. So how long does it carry the market? That's really the question, because, like, I see oil doing well, I see energy doing well till midsummer, I see steel doing well. And that's the question with lumber and stuff I've been talking about too, is can lumber hold up through the summer? And so I think those industries can do well until, like, end of summer. So that's what I'm watching for there. But, like, right now it's just a rough point with some stuff going on with the inflation talk. So, like, can we hold off during the inflation period? You know what I mean? With the market reopening. And then it'll be the next round of downside will be whenever they start to raise interest rates. You know what I mean? One sec, guys. One sec. I'll talk about AMC. Let's get into AMC. One sec. I actually really like it, so one sec. Also, guys, I probably won't be live super long tonight. I do have my son. He kind of, like, just woke up too. He, like, took, like, a really weird nap. I think lumber will go up. I think lumber, yeah, so I think through the summer lumber could go up, but I think it's setting up for a major drop. But that's kind of going to be reliant on the housing market. You know what I mean? So that's a big part of what's going on. But I don't love lumber long term. I think it's going to be a great short position. Nathan, you're right. You're right. But they've gone down a little bit. They've gone down a little bit. Did the last stimulus help spark a run? It did. That was, like, early June. I mean, early January. Correct? Yeah. Yeah, like, end of December, early January? Yeah. Stocks are flying. I don't know why I had to question that. Like, this is a 15-minute chart. You're going to bear with me. So, yeah, like, early January, we were at 12.6. And we kind of just had, like, a gradual run all the way up to, like, you know, 13.8. Like, huge run. Big run. So, yeah. You know, just steady uptrend. Stocks are just killing it the whole time. Housing permits are super high. I just got here what I missed. We're just kind of talking about stocks I'm looking at for the week. Do I think the market's going to be up? You know what I mean? I haven't really talked too much about AMC. I've discussed a few things. I think my video, I do go over it pretty well, the latest video I dropped. I think I've been a little bit too aggressive with some of the stuff I've said. And some people have said, like, Tyler, you said we're going to go up by XXX. And I don't think I should make those comments of, I'm just telling you what I think, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always trying to be straightforward with my thought process. So like, if I think we're gonna go up by X date, and you know I have money on it, you know what I mean? Like, it's just my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like trying to influence anyone to buy anything. I'm not a financial advisor, anything like that, you know what I mean? This is literally just me venting my opinions and what I'm trading. You know, that's all that's going on. Especially when I'm talking about AMC, like, I have positions on it. So you know what I mean? So if I really believe it and I'm buying positions, and people are saying, why would you buy positions into it? I'm just saying, well, this is why. You know what I mean? So it's never for me to say that like we have to go up by X date or this is gonna happen or like that. I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, I really think we're flatlining. I think we're about to break. I think OBV and the buying pressure is stacked up. And then if we go to I borrow rate, you can see the lending rate doesn't really make too much sense on AMC. Like it looks stacked up in its favor, you know. So for me personally, I like it, you know. Then that's what's kind of it's coming down to me, is I really like what's going on. So again, I apologize if I've been like too aggressive with some of my AMC videos, because they're really not my videos and content are not like meant to like clickbait people. Well, the clickbait on the thumbnail, yes, 100% is clickbait, but like when I'm saying stuff, it's not to get subs or to get like recognition or anything like that. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm arrogant to the point where I'm like dying for subs or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like I could be taking all these like, I've had a few offers to do collabs on live, and it's just like, you know, I'm trying to like make sure the channel stays, you know, true to who it is. You know what I mean? So yeah. A few questions coming in. Will stimulus getting passed? What are your thoughts on gold? I think gold's gonna be good. I think gold plays are smart. I think they're good. I changed my trading view. That's tough. What was my other trading view? Crap. Oh my gosh. What's these gold stocks? I can't think of the gold stocks right now. I know Franco Nevada is a good one. What's their ticker? FNV. Yeah. I know for a fact I've traded them. Yeah, they're pretty bottomed out. I like them a lot. The question is the volatility, you know what I mean? So like they're really bottomed out. Wow. Holy crap. I haven't traded them in like, you know, a few months. Oh yeah, dude. Holy crap. This is nice. So like it's holding it's holding this area down here. Like it's holding a little bit below support. You know, it's holding a little bit below. I don't like that. Like this is the support, but it's holding underneath here. But now it's perking back up, so I do like that. I can see us trading in this channel for some time. I mean, lots of room to go up, you know what I mean? And this is the IV's gonna be really low trading options here, so I do like Franco Nevada. We'll see. These probably a longer term swing for me personally. This is interesting. You can do miners, and I've had that on my like agenda, but if I'm going mining, I like long term for my portfolio personally. I don't really know. This is just how I trade options though, so. Oh no, I mean I don't care about like people's like opinions on my video. You know what I mean? I don't think I really care. I just want to like clarify with you guys, you know what I mean? So I just don't want there to be any confusion. Like, I mean, if you get mad at stuff, like totally like, you know, if you're investing based on someone on YouTube, that's like bad. You know what I mean? I'm open, like I'm in college. I'm not loaded. I'm not rich. These are just my opinions, how I'm trading. Now you can see my success rate based on my videos. You know what I mean? And based on what's happening. So take whatever you want to, you know, however you want. But yeah, only thing I don't like here is that they have earnings coming up, but that probably won't matter. They did good on last earnings, so we'll see. I would see these people doing good on earnings though, because everyone's preparing for inflation. Franco, this is gonna be a big one. I need to add them to the watch list. Only thing here though is I'm gonna have to grab like 2 month out call options. I don't really love doing, but they pay off pretty good sometimes. So I do like this. AMC next Friday. What's going on, AJ? I got Truth watching some cartoons right now, man. But me and Truth are a lot alike, even though he's like 3 years old, which I mean I'm still a child sometimes. But sometimes he just wants to be left alone, and dude does his own thing, like, which I'm totally like the same way. I mean, like, not with like him, of course, because he's a you know, he's my son, so I can't ever like get away from me. But like, just with people in general. So like, I'm fine being alone and doing my own thing. Truth, sometimes he'll just like want to be like in the room by himself, watch cartoons, play games and stuff. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Totally. Griffin. Yeah, Blake Griffin signed. You signed with the Nets. Hold it down for the boys. But yeah, it's insane that Griffin signed with. I was looking at the off topic. I'm going back to stocks. I really wanted to take. Oh, thank God I didn't do it. Oh my gosh. Oh, did the fourth just start? I was gonna take Team LeBron over 160. It would have been a good bet. That'd have been a good one. That was like a easy lock. Team LeBron was so stacked. Welcome, brother. Welcome. CTRM. Okay, lots of questions on CTRM. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat too much. I'm kind of just like going over some important stuff that I like. Okay, so a lot of people were asking about CTRM, and I understand why, because I made this comment on YouTube. And guys, I haven't been making videos, so like it's nothing against anyone, you know what I mean? So please, no one get mad that I'm not responding to anything right now. I just been hanging out with my son literally the whole like weekend. That's why like I posted like no. I made like all 3 videos yesterday. I didn't even make a video today or do anything. I've been trying to take Sundays off completely. So I pretty much went over. I'm trying to be transparent with you guys as always. These are like the longer term ones I have in the stock that are down from the market, but I mean the market's down in general, and then these are my, you know, my money plays. So the fact that these 3 stocks are doing so well, even though the market's down so bad, is so promising, you know. But BFT, we got a really good dip. CTRM, I mentioned, is the only one that is semi-concerning. And when I say concerning, it's not to the point where like, you know, I'm thinking about dipping out of them. It's just like all these ones I'm very confident. Like Denison, Uranium long term, I feel good about. Neo, I mean, obviously you guys know how I feel about that company. And Nuvo, I love them as well. We've seen them get volatile moves really easily. Data analytics potentially being bought up by Google or a partnership with Google, that could be huge. Palantir, you know how I feel there. I think I have some more I didn't mention. I need to go look at them all though. I just did this like on the spot. So everyone was asking about CTRM, like, why am I concerned about them? Why, you know, why are they on my list of like, why is that the one that I mentioned that I was concerned about? And it wasn't really news oriented or anything like that. So like, I mean, first of all, we're holding this range. It's good. We're holding the 73-cent range. I bought it at 120, so that's an obvious reason why, you know, we're down a thick percent, right, on this one. I think it could push up, and it is heavily shorted. That number is skewed because I made the video going over the outstanding shares and how they have all these warrants and stuff. But this is what I like about these shipping companies, is when we get this stagnant movement, you know what I mean? So when we start getting this downward pressure and then stagnating, I like it, because typically these shipping companies move when they start acquiring vessels, and they haven't acquired new vessels anytime lately. So that's pretty big. And with everything reopening here in America, CTRM is kind of set up to do decent in the coming weeks and stuff, like with some stuff going on. I don't think they'll be affected too much by anything else. So I like them, but they're the only one that, like, fundamentally I'm not sold on compared to like Neo, Palantir, Denison, and these other companies I have on my long-term viewpoint. You know what I mean? I don't think they're shady. I think they just have some. I'm just not super confident. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? AMC share recount. Holy moly! What do you mean AMC share recount? Lie on night. Send me a link. What do you mean? I haven't looked at any news. I've literally kind of taken the weekend off. And I made a new Twitter, guys. So if you want to go follow on Twitter, this is the Twitter option. I gave my other one to my friend. They're trying to start something. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this is interesting. Our board is fixed to close the business days on March 11th as a record, determining stockholders entitled to notice to vote annual stockholder meeting. Interesting. Yeah, the naked shorting is real. I think the naked shorting is real. Mark Cuban is in Doge. What a guy. CPS. Okay, CPSH. I have them on my list. That's one of them for sure. CPSH. I feel good about them. They're similar to Palantir, but just not into data, which I don't love that they're not in data. Not as like I only have data companies, but you know, big chunks of my portfolio are data, right? So this was worst case scenario in my opinion that we test this low. But the fact that, I mean, again, I'm not concerned that who they have deals with, they're going to keep having deals. The Mars landing, the space landing and stuff they're having is huge. So I'm not concerned overall. I love them. Yeah, Palantir long term, I love those guys. One of my favorite. They're like top 2 probably. Like I buy them and I don't worry. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's like I just throw money. I'm like, it went down a little bit. Whatever. I'll buy a little bit more. Oh, G-Tech. What is G-Tech? I don't know what that is. So this is just food for thought for you guys though too. You guys all know I do some sponsored content. I mean, I'm so transparent about it though. You know what I mean? Like if I make a video, like I'll show you which one. I mean, you'll typically know like this one was one, but I put it in the thumbnail. I put it in the video. I put this is a sponsored video at the end of it. And then I tell you literally this is a sponsored video. You know what I mean? So like, you know that it's a sponsored video. So one thing to be careful with, and I don't know why they're not doing it. I can't, it's probably why they do lives. That's what I would assume. And I can't tell you for sure. Oh, crap. So, and I just want you guys to be careful because yes, they probably are pumping it. So when he's meeting with these CEOs and talking, I can almost like guarantee he's not doing it for free. And I just want you guys to be careful. You know what I mean? Like just be careful. Like if you think that he's not getting paid with 1.4 million subs to talk with the CEO, I'm just saying, like, you know, do your own research and stuff, but there's a high possibility. Not everyone posts, you know, not everyone tells people and is transparent with it. Like, and you can't really expect that. So I don't know, but I'm just telling you, be very, very, very like careful, you know, be very, 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 very careful. So I don't know guys, but it's unfortunate, like with these little pennies and stuff going on. I don't know. I always tell people, like with pennies though, like you gotta really know that you know that you know. When I'm buying them, I gotta know that I like this stock. You know what I mean? Good news over the weekend for DNN. Thanks for the DNN vid. Yeah, I like DNN. I mean, I probably can make an update video on them soon. I probably will. Stimulus good, inflation bad. It is a contradiction, but the good news is that there's no $15 minimum wage bonus up, for the market. Now, I'm not saying I'm for it or against a $15 minimum wage, but it's not good for the market any way you look at it, you know what I mean? So like if it goes to $15, like that's gonna hurt businesses. So I mean, it could encourage spending, but there's a reason. If you look at Trump's ideology behind the market was get people to spend as much money as possible, and it was smart. That's how he stimulated the economy so organically. Like he was just getting he was lowering tariffs on stuff and making people that it's from America, like he wanted to encourage spending as much as possible, and that was good. That was smart. So but there's, if he was so pro spend money, I think he would I think for all the crazy stuff Donald Trump does or has said and continues to say, I think he is pretty smart with some aspects. But yeah, I think the $15 could be a big issue. But yeah, so again, not for it, against it. I don't really have a super big opinion on it. I think it could be scary though. Forsyth. Okay, so my friend loves these guys. He loves Forsyth. I don't know enough about them, and because usually when my friend likes them, I I let him do the research, and he just says, hey, look, buy this company whenever I'm buying. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And, you know, we do the same thing. Because I don't want to waste all my time looking into certain companies. Because, I mean, I trust his due diligence. He trusts mine. Like, well, I usually say, give me a reason why I need to buy it. And, like, you know, he has to give me his best overall reason. So that part is interesting. One sec. Trump, USA. Small businesses already crushed. I agree. The closing of the market did really hurt the small businesses. Now, I'm not saying like with Texas reopening is smart. I'm not saying that. I think like today Greg Abbott got rid of the whole mask mandate too. Like, so he's not only to reopen everything, but he told people you don't have to wear a mask. Like, I think that, like, personally, this is my opinion. You guys can disagree with me. It's okay. I mean, I don't think masks are like the answer to, you know, stopping corona or anything like that. But if you're gonna reopen 100%, the least you could do is like encourage people to wear masks. You know what I mean? I don't think it's too oppressive or anything. Like, you can get rid of like the whole, you know, sending them to jail and stuff, which you already did. But like, just telling people you don't have to wear masks no matter what, that's kind of like, I don't know, a little bit dumb. You got up here? Oh. Gonna mess the lights. This is truth, fam. This is truth. Truth is gonna be joining us for a little bit.
I want to play in the room.
You wanna play?
Yeah, I want to watch this.
No, you can't. Oh, you wanna go watch Tom and Jerry? We're gonna go watch Tom and Jerry next weekend when I get you.
I want to watch it on tablet.
I can't. It's at the movie theater where you get popcorn. I've been afraid to take Truth to.
I want to.
One sec, guys. One sec.
Let in the room.
Let me set him up real quick. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, I set him back up. Okay, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theory, fake or not fake. I'm just saying that fake, not fake, wearing the mask for another month couldn't have hurt. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, I think the theory of going from zero, I think for the zero from going like from 10% capacity to 100% capacity, just logically isn't the smartest idea. You know what I mean? Anyways. So let's keep going. No one reported and talked about flu death at all year. Well, that's different. That's a little bit different theoretically. Yeah. So no, I haven't been taking Truth to the movies in a long time. Like I've taken them when I was like a baby, cause like, but I hate being that guy at the movie, you know, like with their kid and like the baby starts screaming or something. Which Truth is really good. He's really good. But I told him, I kind of just thought about like today. I was like watching TV with him. I was like, oh wait, we should go to the movies. So next time I get him, I'll take him. He loves snacks and popcorn and all that, so he'll love it. So we'll take him next time, straight up. A real dude. Anyways. So I kind of talked about this in the beginning of the video. I don't want to give specific like things by the end of the week or movement that I'm expecting, just because I don't want. Well, I just won't say it. I won't say it like too aggressively, I guess. But do I think we get $9 into the week? So this is my theory. What's gonna happen? I think we get a move. I think we get an upward move or downward move. We're gonna get one of them, right? We either keep just going trending and then moving back to the downside, or we're gonna start getting a break to the upside, right? I think the break to the upside is imminent. I think it's gonna happen, especially with the way rates do look in these fees. They're insane, absolutely insane, guys. Insane. Like I can't get over how bad these rates look, you know. So overall, I think we have upside, especially with getting back above VWAP, holding where we are. GameStop was getting that 140 break, looks so bullish, but GameStop looks really good. Like, you want to talk about a great chart, GameStop looks really good. So I think AMC is lagging behind. I like AMC. I think it looks good. I see the upside. But you just don't know. You know what I mean? And then the share recount for the naked shorts, that could be huge as well. Things could get really crazy this week. So I really like AMC, but do I have an overall target looking at it? I think where we need to get, though, we have to get back above this like 940 range. We just need to, like, it's hard to say how we move, you know what I mean? And those earnings, I hate the earnings, but I think they moved earnings back even further. I could be wrong. Let's look at the earnings really quick. Oh, the 10th. Okay, so yeah, they're this one. I thought they moved them back further. I thought they moved them like to the 17th. I don't know. So they're the 10th. So that's Wednesday, right? Probably terrible earnings, but their outlook is probably going to be phenomenal. So you don't really know what's going to happen with those, right? It's going to be a weird week. I think everything's built up for us to get that upward pressure. Like the OBV is really convicting. The OBV looks so strong. Now, if we make it to this level and we start getting rejected, and maybe we see a double top, we see a big sell-off, we'll have to see. But overall, I really like what's going on. I like the pressure. I like sitting with the view up. I like that we're holding this 7.5 range. We never got to push below. Basically like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 touches right there total. We're holding it. Just getting back a break above $9. I think it's totally probable could happen, especially with GME pushing the way it is and the market looking pretty decent to start the week. Futures up 100. Futures, so this is where futures started, so you know. So futures started here. We pushed up right at the open, and then we kind of plummeted so far. So we're down about 100 points from open. 130 points from open. So they don't look great, but what I suspect going into futures is with London opening, I suspect it to start popping back up. It's getting back above 12.6 is going to be most important, and I think we're going to look pretty decent from there. But what I'm looking at for this week to trade, if you followed the video today with oil and Cisco, those are my top reopening plays. I really like those. Oil, obviously, if you've been following it all, you know we've been just trading oil non-stop on the channel. That's like what I've been trading non-stop, day trading. But I definitely could see more upside. I think tech has more upside and the market has more upside than oil does if the market starts moving in a positive direction. If that makes sense. Yeah, share recall on the 11th of Thursday. Bull trapping coming day before stimulus are passed, so we can definitely get people to invest in stonks. What do you think of Diamondback? So that was the one I traded. That was if you go watch the live, whenever Greg Abbott made his announcement that they were reopening, we got in right here. This is where we bought in at 71. I sold off around 77, 78, this range here. I bought into Exxon after that, so it's not like I missed out on anything because I just bought right back into another oil company. But I bought into Exxon because there was a lot of insider buying happening there. And Exxon, if you know, ran as well. So they both looked really good. Diamondback then started to make the massive run of $90, so green or red day for Monday. I think indexes look good Monday. I think indexes look good tomorrow. I think we're getting a little bit of a fake out right now. Honestly, I kind of want to have another. I want to open another futures account for just trading, like, you know, Nasdaq and maybe some commodities. I don't want to touch Forex. I have no desire to touch Forex ever again. But you can make good money trading indexes. Uncle Bruce is paid by the hedgies. Guy's a clown. It's interesting. Uncle Bruce says meme stocks might pop with new SEC DCC rule. USO, that's oil. US oil. Why does this look bearish to you? Curious. I'm curious why it looks bearish. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic. It looks really bullish to me, personally. Really, really bullish. Now I see the pattern you're seeing right here, right? We saw the pattern here, and then we got rejected and came down. But let's look at something different. So let's look here and let's look here. So this is what I always do. So, like, let's say, because this is typically pretty bullish, right? That we had this top, we get back above it. This is bullish. Typically, we're gonna push a new high. So, you know, what went wrong here? We got the push, and then what happened? So something I like to look at is, where is the OBV? Where is the buying volume? So here we're clearly topped off, right? Very lots of buyers in the market, and then we start seeing a retrace in the market. Boom, huge plummet. Okay. And we need to talk about what wasn't being said this time also. What was not being said. So here there was, Shell did announce at this moment too that before all this, the dump, that United States oil levels would get to pre-COVID before into 2021. So that was really big news. But here you're seeing we had a massive push from reopening, a push back down, some sideways trending, and now we're popping back up. You know, we're holding that range. This looks a lot less overbought than it did here. You know what I mean? This looks really overbought. This has plenty of room to keep running, in my opinion, on buying power. So I like that there's a lot more room for new buyers to come in this range, and I think we're gonna get a push. I think XLE was the best performing, you know, sector last week, with you know, energy doing very, very well. XLE too, you can see the buyers still not even above zero, so huge. I mean, I think lots of pressure here. Could get interesting. But again, I mean, if you don't like it, don't buy it. You know what I mean? It means do your own due diligence. I watched Uncle Bruce the other day and I barely bought a car from him. Almost lost Donkey on QS last year. I'm planning on buying QS. Roblox 10 predicted price. Roblox is gonna be interesting. I'm curious how they open up. Cool. I think they're gonna be cool. I think people overlook the value of those guys. I think that they are very overlooked in terms of how much revenue they probably bring in. Now, the worrisome part when you're looking at them is, you know, how much can they grow? Like, how much bigger can their revenue get? Like, what can they, you know, will they make new games? What's gonna happen there? Can the game get bigger? It's been around for a long time, so watch your tune. I agree. Shorts, especially negative shorts, will start to close out position to avoid getting in trouble. It's strange how the media keeps stating how short selling is a good thing. I mean, I don't think short selling is like unethical or anything at all. Like, I think some you know, traders and stuff act like short selling is the worst thing ever. And I think that's kind of dumb logic. You look at see indexes bouncing, holding. I see indexes doing well. I don't think that's true at all. I think that short selling is a part of the market. You know what I mean? Like, just because you think a company is gonna go down doesn't make you a bad guy at all. Like SOS, we shorted these guys, you know, all last week. That doesn't make me a bad guy, especially the company's fraudulent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it makes you bad at all. Then, I mean, if that's the case, that shorting's bad, then buying an unethical company would make you bad. You know what I mean? Then, so I don't know. I think that is a little bit silly to say that shorting is bad. Yeah, I agree, Clues, that Roblox is gonna get bigger with tablets and stuff. I agree. But and they've been around. They've stuck around. So general consensus that in the chat is that Shay called us for shorts to cover and the VW True for Canadian distribution starting to report top selling brand in different categories. Sundial isn't showing up anywhere. So okay, so I've mentioned if you listen to any of my Sundial videos, I mentioned Sundial is not one of the top brands. They are not. They're not at all. That's their problem. I've been pretty clear about that too. I think they are not one of the top brands at all. Like that's the problem. Their growth rate, they don't have no real solid plan to continue growth either. That's why they're struggling where they're at right now. So that's the problem. And they were kind of supposed to have some type of plan or, you know, layout for the future in the coming months, and they didn't really announce they're buying anyone. So that's kind of, I mentioned all this in the video. I know it's a long video, but I mean, you guys asked for it, so you got it. But no, they're not one of their revenue is pretty trash, all that, like their sales and stuff like that. But they're debt free, so that's good. They have a lot of cash on hand. It's really cheap though. It's really cheap. Hey, did you see Uncle Bruce? I did not. I've not watched any of Uncle Bruce. I really don't spend too much time, especially when I'm not. So when I'm not working, I try to not spend too much time watching other people's YouTube content. Yeah, I mean, I may read some stuff, but especially on the weekends, I'm trying to just, especially with my son too. So yeah, I think short struggling companies isn't fair. It drives the price lower and makes it harder for them to raise capital by issuing shares, especially pushing them into bankruptcy. I don't know. I think there's, you know, I think there's a dark way that hedge funds can short people, and that, yeah, I can get to that point. But I think the theory behind, because you're just betting, that's the best way to look at it, is you're betting against a company. And personally, I don't see anything wrong in that. You know what I mean? Now, maybe that makes me, I don't think that makes me unethical. I think that makes me, that's just the point I'm making. And you see that sometimes shorts can hurt you. Look at GME. So, I don't know. I did not, David. I'll probably check it out. Everyone's kind of talking about it, though. What do you think about NEO with the stimulus? I think if the market starts to go up, the whole market should go up. Market looks decent. But NEO for me is a long-term buy. I don't care if it drops. I don't care if it moves $30 tomorrow in the upward direction to $80. It's a long-term hold for me. You know what I mean? My viewpoint on NEO is not anywhere in the short term. My bearish or bullish? I think GameStop looks really bullish. I think it looks very, very bullish. David, it looks like they have 48 hours to cover or pay a higher penalty. So this is my thoughts on some of the stuff being said by some of the YouTubers, and there's a chance he's right. Let's say there's an 80% chance you know, Bruce is right. And this isn't like attacking Bruce. This is just for YouTubers in general. Like, let's say there's an 80%. That's a high percent chance to be right. You know what I mean? But to declare something as fact when you you're not, you don't factually know. So unless you can show me the piece of paper or the source that says this is fact, you know what I mean, based on SEC laws and this is what they're doing, you know what I mean, then I'll believe it. But I think it's dangerous to pose something as factual if you don't have the evidence, and I think it's unethical. I hate the word influence, but that's what you are. I mean, people are watching you and you are influencing their decisions. That's ultimately what you're doing based on what you're saying. I think it's unethical as an influencer to make comments being factual when they're not factual. You know what I mean? And it very well could be true, but you don't. Uncle Bruce, he doesn't know which companies are naked shorting. He doesn't know if they actually are. It's probable. You know what I mean? I mean, everything's highly manipulated right now, but I think it's wrong to imprint that into people's minds. And there's a lot of uneducated people out there that are running with this idea and dumping more money into it. You know what I mean? Almost like, okay, this is going to be a great move. Like, this has to go well. You know what I mean? And always my consensus behind this has been, it's a gamble. Like, AMC and GameStop is a big gamble. I think they look good. I think they look great. I mean, I have money in them, but they're ultimately a pretty large gamble. So that's my theory behind them. And I think that it's a dangerous game when you start talking about them in certain ways, like people are. So that's just my viewpoint. And I think it's dangerous to say some of this stuff. And I don't think that it's factual based information. And I'm not saying that he's lying or anything. Well, he probably is somewhat lying, but I think that I hold myself to a certain like standard to where if I give false information, I have to, first of all, I leave my information out there and then I'll have to address it. And I'll be like, look guys, this was false. I'm sorry. Like, but also too, I think I could get in trouble. Like, I mean, I don't know, like, if you can get in trouble for saying false. I don't know what the repercussions for that are, but I don't want that on my channel though either. You know what I mean? Like, so anything I say, I'm like, especially when I start talking about these numbers, like the I borrowed this is the only numbers I really focus on because this is factual. This is true. This is the one thing we know without a shadow of a doubt. This is true. The rates and what it costs to borrow more stock to short. But when we go to Fintel and look at the short volume ratio, I think that that's completely skewed. I think that that's completely manipulated and wrong. So that's why I say, guys, take all this with a grain of salt. Like, this is crazy. The website has a different number. Like, something's wrong here. So that's the problem. That's why I'm not talking heavily about the short utilization rate. Even though it says 99.5, it could be lower, it could be higher, it could already be maxed out. Who knows? So when it gets to those numbers, especially with the AMC and GameStop, I don't think we really have a clue on what's going on, especially like retail investors. You know what I mean? So be careful. And my new motto on the channel is like, don't trust us YouTubers. You know what I mean? Don't just blindly follow YouTubers. They do not have your best interests at heart. Majority of us don't. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have to throw my category out. I try to, you know, look out for you guys as much as possible, and I make unbiased opinions and videos, but I want you guys to have that point to, sometimes Tyler might not have my best interest. You know what I mean? Tyler could slip up. He could say something wrong. He could lie on accident. You know what I mean? Anything could be said. So do your own due diligence. Make sure you're looking at these numbers for real, because if every different website has different numbers, something's probably wrong with the system. What's up, YouTube? But yeah, so CTRM is hurting. That's the only one in my long term that's Fisker FSR. I shorted Fisker. Well, I had puts on it. I say shorted because I come from trading, you know, equities and stuff like that, or commodities and futures. But where did we get our shorts? Oh my gosh, where did we get in? Ugh, dude, this is gross to look at. We entered right here at 26.50, give or take, and we exited like right here at 25.30 flat. Oh my, look at that dump. Is that gross or what? Look how much more we could have made. That is disgusting, guys. Gosh, so much more could have made. Did you get your NAB NBA Top Shots? I did. You want to see my NBA Top Shots? I can show them again. I know some people don't want to see them. Don't trust anyone. Careful, Tyler. Hey, G.I. Joe. Yeah, I know I'm not gonna get a lot of like love, or people are gonna get mad that I say certain things, or like, you know, I might not get the collab or anything like that. Like, I mean, I've grown at like a really good rate, I think, already, and I don't really care if I don't get the, you know, the people like the collab and the quick growth to 100K subs or anything like that. Like, you know, it'd be nice to make that money, but I mean, at what cost? You know what I mean? So, with other squeezing history, what did the bar rate jump to as it happened? I'll get into that question. Ryan's a good question, Ryan. The behavior around GME and AMC tells you everything you need. Exactly, Ryan. Okay, so someone brought this up to my attention too. So one, this is beautiful. This is all I'm looking at right here. Look at the flat rate from January. So from January like 21st, but before we got that movement, even when we pumped up, the feed never really jumped that whole time. This is when we pumped up to like, you know, $20 and it dropped back down. And then look where we're at now. Look what's happening. It's just doubling. And almost every 2 days it doubles. At this rate, we'll be at like at 40, 60% in no time at all. And this is what was happening with GameStop. This is what was happening with these crazy squeezes. Like when you start looking at them. GameStop would go on these trends of this low in August. And then boom, it would just pop up. And then it happened again. Boom, just shot up. Like literally shot up to like 13 something percent. Like from 2%. And, you know, and this is when we got the really big one in December, and then we were just so volatile all over the place. No, just craziness going on there. So it's worth noting. Yeah. So here, I'll show you the top shotties. I didn't get any super. Okay, so if you followed my last one, and these are NFTs, and if you don't know what NFTs are, they're basically, it's digital art that you can't counterfeit based on the blockchain. So that's the easiest way to do it. So this website is sponsored by the NBA. And instead of NBA cards, they're NBA moments. And I'll show you one. So these are two that I got from the last pack. I basically put in $100 to the account. I didn't know how much I should put. I put $100 in. But you can only buy one back at a time usually because the drops are so hard to get into. So they were $14. So my $14 turned into, I sold it for $280. And I have these two cards left, so it's worth like another $70. And then I bought another $100 pack, which dropped today. And I got these 7 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like a $10, $10, $10, $10. This one's worth about 180. Yeah, like 180, maybe like 190 tops. And then this card, there's only 2,000 of these ever released. And it's like his rookie all-star card or whatever. So this is going to be a pretty big one. I think I'll be able to get close to 1,000 for it. We'll see tomorrow when the marketplace is disabled. So we'll see. But so far I've flipped $14 into $280. And then I have 180 left. And then I got all these 7 cards. And we'll see what I turn it into. I got $80 left. Sorry, this pack was $200. So we'll see how much I get. I'll try to keep you guys updated. But I mean, I'm into sports. You guys know I'm into sports. So this is like a cool way to look at it. You know, the last move was okay. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna talk about too with GameStop, and I hate talking about it for so long because I think some people just don't want to talk about it, you know. And I understand not wanting to talk about it all the time, especially like if you're like an avid trader. So let's look. It's beautiful actually to look at. Okay, so look from September. Oh my god, doesn't this hurt to look at? To really look at this. So as you move, we went from $4, right? Just slowly, gradually, just stair stepping, right? The interest was continuously. This is August when it started spiking. We moved up to $7. We doubled in price. Came back down, came back up. Stair stepped, continued to go up. Came back down, came back up. It's just stair stepping. Then we had in October just a down period, right? Just dropping. You know, we're still holding. we just kept it going. We just kept it going all through, and then we get to the end of December. Huge push from like 12 bucks all the way to 21. We come back down, bottom out. We started again, and then we get the huge move from 19 all the way to 40, the double, and then we just, you know, quickly accelerate from there, right? So we just go to the moon, literally, like we soar. And then now we're still stair stepping on GameStop. It's literally still doing it. It's not, it hasn't stopped. It's still in the uptrend. It continues to do it. Like, but now as we look at AMC, this is kind of interesting in what's going on, right? So in January is when it kind of started for AMC, in my opinion. Like, you know, we started stair stepping, and then boom, we shot up, came back down, and now we're really doing this stair stepping again, but on a larger scale, obviously, like pushing up. And it looks like it wants to continue to do it. It looks like it's just following the same pattern. You know what I mean? So it's really, really crazy. So pretty wild movement. I'm not like, you know, indexes are perking up. And I think indexes could help AMC and GameStop, to be honest. Like, indexes moving in a positive direction could really help them. Matthew, DraftKings is a great long-term play, 100 plus before the year is over. Easy. DK or pin? Ooh. So in the beginning, you know, I would have said pin, but a lot of you guys didn't follow me in the beginning, unless you followed me on TikTok and stuff. I was a huge pin advocate when they were. I remember when DraftKings and pin were the same, like roughly the same price. I think I have a TikTok of like when they were like $28, like all these things going to $50, and you know, little did I know they were going to 100. So. I mean, absolutely insane the run it's made, you know, just absolutely insane. Couldn't have predicted it, but I think Pin has more room than DraftKings. I think DraftKings spends a lot in marketing. Pin doesn't. Pin gets a lot of organic growth through Barstool Sports. So I'm a Pin fan over DK. I think it comes down to how much, you know, customer acquisition too. So it's big. Is App Harvest a good buy right now? I don't know what App Harvest is, but I can't tell you if it's a good buy or not. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what this company is though. I don't know what they are. You know what I mean? I have no clue. Golden Nugget might be. Golden Nugget's really cheap, but they're not sports betting. That's the problem that has me not as interested. I mean, they're super beat up. You know what I mean? Like, super cheap. Like, close to that $10 range. AMC is going to change my life. Even $8, I'm 30%. Good job, Ryan. Nice. Nice. I think one sector that's so beat up right now is clean energy. Clean energy has gotten wrecked. It is so beat up right now. So beat up. Marketing means future sales. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't used either one's platform though, so I couldn't really tell you, you know. I could not tell you which one is the better route to take, you know. Man, I'm kind of mad I didn't take LeBron James team over 160. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Do I see a continued correction on Tesla? I don't trade Tesla at all. I rarely touch them. But I think Tesla is getting more competitors monthly and quarterly, so it's going to be dangerous for them. But I think Elon's a pretty solid CEO. Did the Weeble download on your computer, bro? Where? I downloaded Webull. Where's it at? Do you see it somewhere? I know I was downloading it. I think I totally forgot about it. I have a whole bunch of school stuff. Yes. We can go ahead and download it, I guess. No. Put it in my D drive. I need to get I have so much stuff I need to buy. Next. Install. There. Thank you for saying that. What's going on, Chronic? Asia markets down, futures reaction to Nasdaq of Europe falls. Won't look good for. I think Nasdaq's gonna look fine. I think Nasdaq's gonna look absolutely fine. Sometimes Asian markets go down and Nasdaq, doesn't follow. Sometimes Asian markets go up and the Nasdaq goes down. Like, you know what I mean? Things can happen. Like, can't really. No, this is TradingView. This is TradingView online. This is like my favorite charting to use. Let's see, guys. The DTCC ruling. Someone got a link to this? I don't want to click Reddit, but I think I'm gonna have to. Oh my gosh. I hate going on Reddit sometimes. I really do. It's like so infuriating. There's no advice written. Okay, cool. Second base proposal would NSE to call for additional SLD and intraday basis on business supplemental liquidity providers, increase activity levels. You need to exceed resources. Appropriate to require additional intraday SLD provider in order to mitigate exposures. Under this proposal, NSE would have the ability to make an intraday supplemental liquidity call on any business day. The rule basically means that the DC can now calculate this fat loss fee every day, even during the day to force a payment. So pretty much DC is covering their ass and going to be liquidate member themselves. Are going to liquidate the member themselves. Okay, the DC will fucking crucify. Maybe. Guys, like, I'm not like, I think things sometimes sound really good. But I think we know that sometimes things sound better than they are, So I hope. Okay, cool. I have that now. No, get out of that. I don't want that. I think it's cool, but I wouldn't base my money on that. You know what I mean? I hope so. Hope it goes well. I need to make a good site for the computer. Yeah, I love Nasdaq. Not Nasdaq. I'm dumb. TradingView.com. It's free too. A little bit delayed. Do you know anything about FTFT? A lot of people asked about it a while back. I never got into it. When I upgrade my computer using 500. Yeah, I hate laptops. Hate them. I like my iPad a lot. Which provides anticipation for 319.21. If we get above, so the question with AMC is not really a target, anything like that. It's can we get above 9.4? If we get above 9.4 and start pushing above it, I think it, touches 17, maybe even higher. It's a question. Can it get above 9.4? That's the price for me. Gets above 9.4, we're good to go. Think plenty of room for it to run. If it gets above 9.4. My friend messaged me, goes, XPEV calls for tomorrow before earnings, question mark. It's funny. Should I buy options? I'm like, I can't say to buy options or not. I have some options on the 19th that will expire on the 19th. So, but yeah. So the main thing I'm watching is indexes for tomorrow. I might be live in the morning. I might do a live in the morning. We'll see. I actually, you know what? I probably won't be able to. I have a few things I need to work on this spreadsheet thing for this group project I have. It won't take me that long. But if I can knock that out quick, then I'll do a live. But what I'll be looking for day trading is getting above 12.66. Holding above that has me pushing to like almost to 13 on the Nasdaq, which has the market looking really bullish. What's your AMC price anticipation? I already went over that. It's holding 1,100 shares. Look at that guy. Pump, 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 pump. So it doesn't look bad, but I mean, we can go over charts and stuff, but overall, I think the market looks. You're gonna be able just to pick anything tomorrow if the market looks good. I hope these cruise lines get wrecked. Gosh, I should have shorted these cruise lines at 29. Cannot believe I didn't do it. I'm so pissed. I hated them. Hated them. Hated those cruise lines. I think Jamai looks really good. They had really good earnings too. Really, really good earnings. KO Coke. Yuck. Lithium Americas is down pretty bad. What do you study or where do you work? I just trade for work. That's what I do for work. And then I'm in finance. I get my finance degree here in June. Or I should have it in June. Worst case scenario, I get it in July. I'll be graduated. I'm a senior at UH Bauer. Will you ever touch GME? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of wishing I did at this point, you know? But no, I haven't touched it yet. I think AMC has so much more room. You know? Oh man, if you were here in the live too on Friday or Thursday, I talked about Mars so much. This was the play to end the week. Each week it's been grab Mars at the end of the week, and I thought Bitcoin would get a nice little run, and it did. It did. Tough. I can't believe I didn't get into it. What about GE? I'll look in a sec. Do you think we have a solid support level at 135 on DME now? Yes, I do. 133. This is support. Will AMC dip tomorrow since people are worrying about the stock dilution and possible new shares after May? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I have no experience. Yeah, Reddit's a dangerous place to spend a lot of time. But just like I was saying, you don't want to fill your head with too much non-factual information because it can really, 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 really hurt you. Because it's gonna affect you. You know what I mean? Like, if I read nonsense all day, it's gonna affect my way of thinking. You know what I mean? So, be careful. AMC has room to go to 50. What a believer. GE. I had them at $9. Ugh, gross. They look good. The index, if the indexes look good, they'll move up. Calls for April on what? It won't delete the stock face palm. Boom, boom, boom. Again, that's why I haven't spent too much time on Reddit. Fubo looks really good. Really, really good. You could push like 33, maybe higher. Are you planning for another AMC gift card giveaway? I already said if we hit 25, I will. If we hit 25 ever on AMC, I'll do the giveaway. We just never hit 25. You know what I mean? Am I buying CCIV? I made a video on it. I made a video where I want to buy it at. If we start moving up, I won't buy it yet. I'll probably have to wait. I made a video though going. I made it like an in-depth video going over that. It's pretty long. So, all tech looks so good. Clean energy is so beat up though. That's like so. It's like almost concerning how beat up it is. Like BE, Bloom is at 25. That is insane. Corsair semiconductors. Oh my gosh, that is. Oh man. LKCO. Okay, so give me some information on LKCO. I see a lot of people like kind of like, making comments on it and stuff. I know it's a big penny. I don't know what they are. It's at a big support. This is a good support. How much do you invest weekly, monthly? Well, like long term totally depends on what I like and what I see happening. But day trading, I try to keep the account around 8 to 10, 24/7. If I go over that, then I just dump it out of it. Stimmy checks make the market go burr. But yeah, so I think we're gonna have to wait and see how the Nasdaq runs. I think it has upside. I feel like it's gonna do good. Let's see. My calls are for March 19th. But like anything I have in AMC, I'm like if I lose it, I'm like whatever. Doesn't hurt me, you know. So. What diff? It's popping off with the AMC. We'll have to see. I'm curious pre-market how it moves. I think I'm about to hop off, guys. But I have some good news coming for the channel pretty soon. I'll drop that pretty soon as well. But till then, business as usual. How about SPY? SPY's gonna follow the indexes. So if Nasdaq goes down, SPY will follow. So I think looks okay. It's not bad. It's not great. Indexes are a little flat, downside, you know, so far. But I think we bounced starting the week. It could get interesting. I mean, I feel like we're gonna bounce, but I've been wrong. That's my son.